Ezekiel chapter 34 verses 11 to 12, and 15 to 17. As for you, my flock, I will judge between one sheep and another. Thus says the Lord God, I myself will look after and tend my sheep. As a shepherd tends his flock when he finds himself among his scattered sheep, so will I tend my sheep. I will rescue them from every place where they were scattered, when it was cloudy and dark. I myself will pasture my sheep, I myself will give them rest, says the Lord God. The lost I will seek out, the strayed I will bring back, the injured I will bind up, the sick I will heal, but the sleek and the strong I will destroy, shepherding them rightly. As for you, my sheep, says the Lord God, I will judge between one sheep and another, between rams and goats. God is often described as a shepherd in the Old Testament. At the time of the writing, most of the people had an understanding of what a shepherd was supposed to do for the flock in his care. When we move forward to Psalm 23, we hear David refer to God as his shepherd, protector, and confidant. In Psalm 23, King David recognized that Israel had only one true king and shepherd, and that position was held, not by him, but by the one true God, and the coming Messiah. The religious leaders should have been Israel's shepherds, but they cared more about themselves than the people they should have been serving, and leading to God. Jeremiah chapter 23 verses 1 and 2, Woe to the shepherds who mislead, and scatter the flock of my pasture, says the Lord. Therefore, thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, against the shepherds who shepherd my people, you have scattered my sheep, and driven them away. You have not cared for them, but I will take care to punish your evil deeds. Ezekiel 34 verse 2 reads, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel, in these words prophesy to them, to the shepherds, thus says the Lord God, Woe to the shepherds of Israel who have been pasturing themselves. Should not the shepherds, rather, pasture sheep? Henry Ward Beecher, 1813–1887, wrote, Christianity works while infidelity talks. Christianity feeds the hungry, clothes the naked, visits and cheers the sick, and seeks the lost, while infidelity abuses her and babbles nonsense and profanity. By their fruits you shall know them. The shepherds of Israel talked about God and his ways but did not allow them to enter their lives, thus leading to God's judgment, invasions of Babylon and Assyria. God promises to take over as the good shepherd of the scattered sheep and restore them to the flock. In a little over 600 years Jesus arrived and sought out those who were scattered, the tax collectors, prostitutes, the very people the religious leaders believe couldn't be saved. Jesus, the Good Shepherd, doesn't condemn sinners but attempted to restore and guide them back into God's flock. He cured the crippled, made the weak strong, he watched over, and taught justice to those who follow him. Jesus will return again, but this time to judge, to separate the good from the bad and give to each their just reward or punishment. Too many leaders act as if the sheep, their people, are there for the benefit of the shepherd, not that the shepherd has responsibility for the sheep. Ken Blanchard.